So again, we're on page Tov Kuf Ayin Zion. And we're going to say it like this. This is a kavana, just like you can whip it out. L'kavein b'shas b'geva b'kol rega. So that you had this kavana in the time of a megeva, chas bar minan, as he says, b'kol rega at all times. He says, so this is what he says. He says, Gam tov l'kavein b'zmana b'geva tamid b'kol rega el Shem Zeh HaKadosh, which is this name. Now, once again, he's playing with the idea. I'm just thinking about it of borrowing nekudos. So this is the word negev, but it's not vocalized that way. So he said v'tenakadehu, and you should make the nekudas v'tenuas osius by switching letters around. I guess it means tenuas moving the shur, hirik, and seri, moving them in and putting it on these letters, these three letters, nun, gimel, and fei. So he says, let's read a little bit more. V'ha'inyan, who the inyan is like this. He saw the dover, who the secret of this thing is. Ki gam achas mesivos, makas hadever. So one of the causes for being struck by a dever, who nimshach mizeh, comes from this idea. Zikasher arba chavayas the asmab, right? The four chavayas there, eina meirim, when they stop shining, they stop generating light. He said, oz mistalkim osiosechem, and what happens is that the letters pull out. Which letters? Hapshutos. So in other words, as we see, he's explaining really, I think, a little bit about why we have the concept of 42, 4, 10, the milui, and then the milui, which is 28. So what causes all that? So he says it's the pashut. So the rest is all a radiance from it. So the pashtus, the nisharim milim shalahem levad, and only all the miluyim, and all you have left is the miluyim. Now here he's teaching, I think parenthetically, the power of the miluyim. Shehem a mu, so then he goes through the mu, laz, yat, and kol. Sak arba'asam comes to the number 128. So he said that 128, he said, im klalos arba'asam, then take the kolel of each of them, that adds another 4. He says, you get kaf lamed bet. And then you said, so then he said, klalos kulam, I guess he means all of them at one time. It gives you 133, convenient the name, the gematria of these three letters, nun, gimel, and fei, which has to do with, which is actually another name for a plague. He deceives his stalkos on his karis, because the fact that the pashut is missing, and the pashut is the highest level. He says, negev ba'olam, this causes a negev in the world. The kavein b'shem and nizkar, so therefore your kavana should be in the name we're mentioning, the sakin ha'inyan, in order to be able to build this, to fix it. Now let's go back over this a little bit more. Let me get a little drink here while we're doing this. So, Baruch Hashem. So we'll look at the right light print as much as possible. So we're on page number Reish Samach Tes. Let me find that. Here it is. Reish Samach Tes says, Gam tov l'kaved b'zman b'geif tamid b'kol rega al shem zecha b'kodesh, and he pronounces it with, I'll just leave negev, and then we have u-e fe. Okay, so I'm not sure you're supposed to say it. That would be a nice thing to have a directive about how to handle these names. B'zman b'geif chas v'shalom tov ma'od l'kaved l'shmir b'zeh Hashem HaKadosh, and it's negev with that vocalization. Then he said, "Nikud shal shem negev," that name. Hu b'tzir shal tenuos ha'osius shalo, is a switching around the letters. The hind of that is the osius. The hind of nun b'shurik kazeh, and he says nu, and then gimel chirik, like that which is gi, and then the feit sofif, which was b'tzeri kazeh. So why would we do this? And actually, in practice, kazeh fei. So because what's really here is really a formula for fighting a plague. Haram b'varav elana inyan to'elas l'kavod b'shem hakadosh, which is the negative with if a. So how does that go? Gisod hadavarhu, because let's get into it more. Haram b'varav. So the Rab is explaining the reason. V'hasiva hagoremis, and the cause. The causes shetehei amakas hadever barminan, that they should come about. So he's saying because of the fact that the energy that is coming from the name Yud-Kei Vav-Kei stops. Yikam achas b'sibas makas hadever b'huv haram b'var ke'ez ato siva achas shemachmasecha b'bar makas hadever barminan. So this is really probably something important. He said, arba mini miluyim. There are 4 different, which we understand, we call them asma. And he's going to spell them out, and I think we know the spelling. Let's see what we can go down a little bit. So the last one, number Daled, he says, is Avaya b'milui heyin, like that, and he shows it to us, B'gematria ben. Kashecha be'eloha arba'asa miluyim havayos einu me'irim. So he says, Kasher, they're not shining. Now, I thought he said that okay, when they're not shining. Oh, let's go on. Az mistalkim osiosecha v'peshutos. Kasher elo arba havayos. When we're talking about these 4 havayos, enon meirus, when they can't shine. Az osiosechem shal arba havayos v'peshutos shehem arba pamim ko, which are 4 times kos. The 4 kos, which are the roots of these generated names, mistalkim. Now, there was something here that bothered me, so I want to just look at it again. Kasher elu arba havayos enun me'iros, when they're not shining. Now, he doesn't tell us here what causes them to stop shining. We'll understand what it would be averos. What, we ran out of time? No, we still got time. Oh, I'm calling it back. What happened?
No, I have to go now. I wrote to you. I have to go for sleep.
Oh, I didn't pick that up. Okay. Okay, no problem. Oh, he has to go for sleep. Okay, so that's the end of the shear then. We got as far as we could. They have slichos. This is Baruch Fleischman. I'm at the Tikkun Elevator Kollel.